Hi everyone, and welcome back to SunBurst Tarot, where today I want to go and do a true crime reading for Tuesday, and this will be on the Keddie murders, or also known as where it was a quadruple murder, where 4 people died in Keddie, California, at some people might know it as Cabin 28, which was a movie that was made about this crime, where 4 individuals sadly lost their life. Sue Sharp, who is there on the right, then it was I think that's Don Wingate, kind of going from right to left. Tina Sharp, and then it is John Sharp. So sadly, all 4 of these individuals lost their life during this incident, and this is a case from 1981, and I wanted to kind of just do a reading on this today for people to kind of get some information on it and see how we can help maybe look at different directions or look at the case as a whole and see what we can see. And my intention here is to help kind of bring some context or maybe some other things. So with that, I really just want to say thank you guys for clicking on the video. And I'm going to try and do true crime videos starting on Tuesdays of every week. So without further ado, we can get into the reading. So just a quick, so first of all, just a few housekeeping things for me. So just all information here that I'm going to be sharing today is for entertainment purposes only and all alleged. So everything stated will be my opinion and not a fact of this case. So this evidence can't really be used in the court of law, and I don't want anyone using this evidence to kind of go and attack people. Or like what I say, don't go and attack people or leave mean, negative comments. So like I said, my intention here is to help and see what we can do to try and see what we can do. So with that, I did do a little bit of research on this case, read the Wikipedia article, but I've also been a true crime fanatic for the majority of my life. My aunt started me young at 5 years old watching Forensic Files. Should I have? Probably not. Have I? Yeah, so we're here, right? So how I want to do this reading and start it off is I want to just do some general energy of that night, because I want to know what, like, why were there people, how many were there. We know that 4 individuals sadly lost their life, so I want to kind of just see what I get from them and around this incident. Oh my goodness, we're just having piles of cards coming out today. I don't take piles of cards, guys. But so I'm just gonna try and connect up to the energy of that night. And for me, a lot of it feels very frantic, panicked energy, where, you know how you get like an adrenaline high when like things kind of start going wrong, or like you start panicking because this goes wrong. It's like it's just one thing on top of another thing on top of another thing on top of another thing. So it's like a bunch of things all went wrong, so shit went wrong. So like shit went sideways. And interesting here, it's taking just a little bit of time to get for cards to come out, which is a little unusual. And this makes me wonder, so like just with the time, like, so sometimes I will look at cards and like the speed of which cards come out, like, and information comes out. So like looking at just this energy right now, it feels very slow, like molasses. So I'm like, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of movement. I know this is a cold case. I understand things kind of get, with cold cases, a lot of the time information comes slowly, and there are other cases that come up and there's priorities that happen, right? So with this one, it definitely feels like information is coming a little bit slow. I don't feel like there's a lot of movement going on this case right now, but kind of just seeing just the general energy around this, just around this incident. So we have the devil reversed. Like I said, the devil, kind of mean, negative, nasty things about to go down. Can sometimes indicate drug use, can indicate just bad things happening. We know that these individuals lost their lives, so bad things happening. But seeing it reversed makes me feel like it doesn't, seeing it reversed doesn't make it worse, but it really does lead me to believe that it's just a bunch of bad decisions on top of bad decision making that kind of have just let it down to be like, it's one thing on top of another thing on top of another thing on top of another thing. And then having it, so this incident, why 4 individuals had to lose their life that night, it wasn't planned that way. This wasn't like I don't feel like this is premeditated at all. There might have been something else that has been premeditated just because it is the devil card. And like sometimes you would see, like, for me, if like shit went really sideways, it's like that would be the Tower card for me. With the devil cards, like there was already negative intentions kind of already at play, and it's just more on top of more on top of more got piled up. With the Fool card here, it's kind of like what actually, like, what happened, like the challenges or lessons. It's like people went in thinking, like, with a nefarious intention, something they planned on going in for this something, and they were naive to think that that was the only thing that was going to happen. Like, there was no there was no pre-planning. There was no forethought. It's just like, we're going to go do this. We're going to get in, get out, and be fine. Boom, 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 done, right? They were very naive, and they did not plan for anything to go, like, for things to go as they did. So, like, the Fool is definitely not going in. Definitely don't go. They don't go in with a plan. Very foolish, very foolhardy. Kind of leap before you look. And then here with just the Queen of Wands reversed, I definitely see this as. So, like, some people will see the Queen of Wands upright as, like, a very passionate individual. Very bold, beautiful. Seeing it reversed. In this case, I feel like this person was a fighter. Like, a scrappy as fighter is kind of the words that are coming to my head. Where it's like. And that's probably that could be related to maybe the mom, Sue. But. Definitely see this as like they got more than that they bargained for when they went in, whoever these individuals were. And I'm gonna pull because I think there was a sketch done and 2 people were shown in that sketch, so I will do a pull on the people who were in that sketch or who were sketched. Yeah, I feel like for the whole incident, what happened was that people came in with nefarious intentions. They did not plan. Shit went really sideways. Like, it was a bunch of bad decisions on top of that bad decision making. And then, like, the person that they were going after, they ended up being, they fought back a little bit more, but, like, also, like, this person was scrappy. Like, that's the type of energy I'm getting. It's scrappy. Like, they're going to hit you when you're down. They're going to fight till the last breath. Like, it was not... It was or it could be even over passion happen. So, like, you know how some people will get into, like, that, some people call it, like, a blood craze or just, like, a craze where it's, like, a hyperfixation. Like, once you start, you can't stop until it's finished. That can also be that indicative, that can also be the, what can be indicated here with the Queen of Wands reversed. So, next I'm going to go into kind of, like, what those sketches were. So, person 1 and person 2. I am so sorry for the coughing and hawking in your faces. We're doing a lot better than what I was doing. So, we have the Chariot. So, the first person in that sketch, I don't have them up, or I would maybe show them on screen. But that this makes me believe that like the person who who's like the first person in that sketch was either someone who moved there or moved after the incident occurred, because like the Chariot's all about movement, moving away, typically longer distances versus like the Six of Wands, like no, I think it's the Six of Swords, which is also a card of movement. But that one I feel is a little bit shorter, where the Chariot's like, this is gonna be a little like it's a significant distance. Also here with the I see red flags going in the distant, like behind. So I also feel like this is a person who has had like people knew this wasn't a good person, or they're like there were red flags along the way, or there were like red flags along the way that people were seeing or not seeing when it came to this individual, like the first person in the sketch. Like, yeah, that's what I have there. Looking here for the second individual, this is the Justice reversed. They got away. No one knows who this is. And they kind of got away scot-free, where I don't think they've been identified, and I don't think they will ever be identified. So, because it's the Justice reversed, no one knows who this is, and I don't think we'll ever know who this is. If it was upright, I'd be like, oh boy, we're hot on their tails. With it reversed, I'm seeing this as like, this is like, it's almost like cold, dead in the water. This person got away with this whole thing, and like no one knows about it. And then with the Chariot card too, I think they might have just been passerbyers. They came in and then they left. I'm not happy about this, but I definitely feel like with this, they could have just been passing through the area and stuff like that, but I'm definitely feeling that this was, if these people were in the area, they were there for like a day, maybe a night, like they were there and then they were gone again. And they have no clue who this person is, or they have a completely wrong sketch for this person. Because we were going off the sketches. It's like the sketch that they have isn't accurate, is another interpretation of that. But I'm definitely seeing moving away. This person has probably had a criminal past or criminal background or history and that's the first individual here that because the Chariot with a true crime, awesome, movement away. But I just see red flags with this a lot as well. So, okay. So, looking at just this, I'm just going to keep pulling some stuff around this case. Now, I'm going to try and move these over into the corner here. And I'm going to see if there is any other information I can get on these two individuals from the sketches. Okay, you just flew on out to the tower. Okay, I was wondering when that was going to come out. We're getting all the wonderful cards for them. So with the tower, like I said, I don't think any of this was pre-planned. This wasn't like a premeditated thing. Everything just came in out of nowhere, and everything spiraled out of control. And it spiraled out of control really fast. Like I said, it's one bad decision on top of another bad decision on top of another bad decision. So like with the sketches and that stuff too, they might not be 100% accurate to that time period either. But I think they're close enough. Or are they? No, I'm hearing no. The sketches aren't close enough to who they were. I'm just hearing in the back of my head. Because sometimes I will hear things. I'm not crazy, I swear to God. But sometimes when you connect up with people, because I'm also like a medium as well, so like I can sometimes connect with people who have been passed on. I don't try and typically do that, but if there's some people who want to come in and have their story told. Because it definitely feels like this people are just frustrated. It's a very frustrating, very, very frustrating case for the living and it feels like the people who have passed on. It's frustrating because this was so random. One, random. Two, not expected. Three, I don't know if this case will ever be solved. Sadly. But I feel like there's a lot more information out there than what we know. And people are bound and determined to take this to their grave. So, kind of just looking at the other three cards that I pulled here, just for some other information. So we have the Knight of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. So for me, I'm going to look. These are two people. And then the Nine of Cups is the clarifier here. But I'm thinking these are the... Who are you? It definitely feels younger, older, definitely vibes. King of Wands is like my entrepreneur card. This is like the CEOs of the company who are able to rile up the troops and get everyone going and doing and getting them on the same page. I also see this as like a better version of a car salesman or a used car salesman. So someone who can, very passionate about their work, very, and I don't know why I'm getting like line worker, or like power line worker of some sort, or like electrician, a lot of electricity there. And then for this Knight of Cups, I'm getting more of like a man, like at the time, I don't believe that they were working. If they were, it was like at a gas station or something. It feels like, or even doing like handing out ice cream. With this younger energy, definitely feels like in his later years, or in later years, like car mechanic or something, like mechanic of some sort. Maybe not cars, but like has definitely a more mechanical type of background, or like they work with their hands a lot. I'm just seeing like grease on their hands and things like that. I don't know if these are the two individuals that committed these crimes, but I'm going to kind of leave that up there with the Nine of Cups. This is kind of like building your empire a little bit, but also it's feeling really secure in where you're at. Like, I'm putting that in with true crime. I think this is after. I think these are the two individuals that did this. I really, really do. A younger energy, an older energy, and then we have the Nine of Cups. They're out there living their best lives. I'm not happy about it. And I don't know if they'll ever get caught, or if they'll ever be brought to justice. One person, they have no freaking clue who it is. And then the other person, I think, they both left. Left in a giant hurry. So then we have the Three of Cups, the Page of Swords. And the Four of Swords. So they laid low, I think, after this incident. they laid really, really, really low. And then with the Page of Swords, they talked to someone. Someone knows something. Like they talked to something or someone. Someone knows who did this. Because I think someone knows who did this. Just with the Page of Swords, like information spilling. Or it could be someone has kept, and with the Three of Cups reversed. I'm just going to pull a card from the tea leaf here to kind of clarify this dynamic here on the bottom. Here we go. Eagle. Triumph over obstacles. Okay. Okay. Yeah, these... I know I was saying, yeah, someone knew. I don't actually think anyone... They're taking to... someone's taking this to their grave. 3 of Cups reversed. They were probably friends. I think they split and they went their different ways. Or they just couldn't stand to look at each other after this situation or what occurred. And then here with the Page of Swords, again, mean oversharing, but I think in this case it actually just means they kept everything inside. There is no way that anyone's going to know about this because they're taking this to their grave. And I really wish they wouldn't. I'd like to get a lot of and even okay. Are the investigators even on the right page with who they're even looking at, or even in the right direction? The Judgment card. No. Yes. No, hold on here. Yes, actually. Yeah, they're on the right direction. I think they're going to be able to nail one of them, or they're going to be able to find one of these individuals. I know that I was looking at the article, and they had found some DNA evidence, I think back in 2016, that connected with someone who is still living. But here looking at it with the Judgment card and the Sun, excuse me. So the Sun card is all about happiness and kind of just being joyful, glad, and everything. But then with the Judgment card, and joining that with the Judgment card, I should say, around this case, and especially around the new evidence, and are they in the right going up? Words want to come out, but they're getting stuck in my throat. I honestly think, okay. Slowing it down here a little bit. With the Judgment card and the Sun card, yes, they're on the right direction, I think, to finding one of the people who is responsible for this crime. Do I think that they had them before? No, I think the DNA evidence is what's leading them there. Why I say that, the Sun is about happiness. The Judgment card, though, makes me feel like that they have the evidence, they need more of it, or more interviews, or more time, or more information. Why I'm saying that is because it feels like whoever this DNA, or who this DNA is attached to, it definitely feels like this is a giant it's a landmine. It would be shocking. I don't think anyone, like I said, I think one of the sketches was very skewed. And no one knows who that person is. I don't think that person will never get justice. They might have passed on already. I'm not sure, but that could be an indication why the Justice card is reversed for that individual. But but with the Judgment, looking at it, I think they're on the right track. I think they're going on the right direction. I think they just need more time and evidence, because whoever this person is going to actually shock quite a few people who are close to the case. Because I don't think anyone knows what their names are. I really, really don't. I don't think it's someone that's already been named in the case before. I think this is someone completely brand new, and it's going to cause some ripples or shockwaves through the community that this individual actually lives in, because they would never expect it. Because when this person moved on, I think, forever. They were not going back. Like I said, it was one bad decision after one bad decision after one bad decision. So I am going to then just do is there any other information that we as a audience and community of people who want to kind of see this case solved need to know? Okay. So general energy, 8 of Cups. I think this case has taken a really long time, and people have taken a step back. I wouldn't doubt if there's someone who has retired from the force or was really close to the case back when it first happened, that they had to walk away from it for a while. And they walked away, and they've had to kind of leave this be, even though they haven't wanted to. The challenge here, I think, has been I think there's just been a lot of misinformation and a lot of miscommunication. I think in the Wikipedia article, there was some people who had said that oh boy, I don't think I feel like there's been a lot of misinformation. There's been a lot of things that have been misconstrued, information that just hasn't come out really well, or hasn't come out even at all. So that's what I'm seeing with the magician, and that's the challenge that I think we as a community are trying to, and an audience are struggling with, is that we don't know, like, the investigators, yes, they have they collected all the evidence that they collected back then. Could they have collected more? 100%. And that's like the challenge that we are kind of going through right now, is that it feels like there was more that could have been done at that time that just wasn't. And I think we've kind of taken a step back from the case, and we've kind of left it be. And then we have the advice here is the King of Swords, which is like, I think, is be more vocal, be more savvy, essentially be more vocal, and don't be afraid to. Some people will see this as like, you eviscerated your opponent. And I think that's kind of where this is going a little bit, where it's like, this is almost like a demanding, very, very demanding energy. Yeah, and I think it's very much along the lines of like I said, this case I think has taken a back burner. It has it has taken a back burner. It's not a big priority right now. People, I think, if you want to have it solved, and I think it can be solved, it needs to go up towards a higher priority, and people, I think, want to come back to it, but it's just a mess when people come back to it, because it's like stuff wasn't organized really well. So like people who are working on cold cases struggle to get through, one, probably either the lack of information or all of the information that they have gathered, but it's not organized at all. It's kind of just notes here and notes there. Then you open up a box and it's an entire bag of new evidence that hasn't even been categorized. And you're like, where the heck did this come from? And it's been how many years? Over 30, what is it? Almost 40, 50 years since this happened. And it's like, what are we trying to accomplish here? So, because it's like, why wasn't this here then? And stuff like that. So, what I'm seeing is, I think they're on the right track. If they put more time and they put it up as a higher priority, I think this case can be solved. And I think it would be very shocking to see who it actually was, who committed these crimes. Because I don't think the people who have been identified were the people that did it, or who have said that they've done it. Because I think there's like some allegations that people have allegedly confessed to this crime. I don't believe that they're the ones who did it. I think it's someone who's completely outside of this, and like I said, I think they were there and then they were gone again, and they did not stick around. So with that, I think that's all I'm gonna pull here for this. If you like this video, please hit the like button down below. If you want to see more true crime videos, I do have them coming out every Tuesday. So if you have any suggestions, please put them in the comments down below. I would love to read them and kind of get some suggestions on what you guys would like to see. Maybe something a little bit more recent. I know I've done two now of true crimes, and they've both been over 50 years old. So has some information on them. And then if you guys like pick a card readings, I do pick a card Fridays. And then then I also do readings on the other days on YouTubers, people in pop culture, and other topics. So if that interests you at all, you can hit the subscribe button. And if you want to hit the awesome notification button to see when I do post new videos, let me know. I would love for you to do that. That would be great. As more engagement as I'm looking to get more engagement on the channel and grow and look at different things. So Thank you guys again, and I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are or whenever you're watching this. And thank you so much. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.